ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining this evening session. Today we are going to discuss a very, very important verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 3, canto number 1. Before we recite the verse, we will invoke the blessings of Lord and the devotees by chanting couple of mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati naishtaki. Ete chamsha kala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Svayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete chamsha kala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Loke Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete chamsha kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Can I request a few devotees to recite the verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ete chamsha kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridiyanti Yuge Yuge. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ete cham shakalaha pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ete chamshakalah pumsah Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Hare Krishna.
Can anyone devotee recite the equivalents and the translation, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Ete, all these, cha, and, ansh, plenary portions, kala, portions of the plenary portions, punsa, pumsa, of the Supreme, Krishna, Lord Krishna, tu, but, Bhagwan, the personality of Godhead, Swayam, in person, Indrari, the enemies of Indra, Vyakulam, disturbed, Lokam, all the planets, Mridyanti, give protections, Yuge Yuge, in different ages. Translation: all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by atheist. The Lord incarnates to protect the theist. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Anyone devotee purport, please? Just first two paragraphs.
Hare Krishna. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted amongst the avatara incarnations because out of his causeless mercy, the Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatara means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend to different planets of the material world as also in different species of life to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself and sometimes his different planetary portions or parts of the planetary portions or his differentiated portions directly or indirectly empowered by him descend to this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full of opulences, all prowess, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. When they are partly manifested through the planetary portions or parts of the planetary portions, it should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulb. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large scale of industrial dynamos with great volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parishrama and Lord Narasimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods in other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and all other aspects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of the Lord Narasimha. This means that anyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagnya displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes, Prabhuji, should I continue?
Yeah, Prabhu, please continue because I lost your voice.
Okay. The Lord's empowered incarnation, Narada, and planetary incarnation, Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnation of Rama and Dhanvantari displayed his fame, and Balarama, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumara, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Nara and Narayana rishis exhibited his renunciation. So, all the different, indirectly or directly, empowered incarnations of the Lord manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead, and thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all display of transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge. Although these are manifested apparently as sex, love, the specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto. And in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna, Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. Hare Krishna.
So, ete chamsha kala pamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Svayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. So here Sutta Goswami says that ete chamsha kala pamsa. Ete means the incarnations which have been described before this particular verse. So before this particular verse, Sutta Goswami has described the Purusha avatars Karnotkashai Vishnu, Garbhotkashai Vishnu, Shirotkashai Vishnu. And following that, Suta Goswami has described various types of Leela avatars. He is giving the examples of 22 Leela avatars. Otherwise, there are innumerable incarnations of Krishna. So when Suta Goswami says Ete, Ete means whatever incarnations, including Purusha avatars, have been described before this is what? They are Amsha means either plenary portions or Kala, portions of the plenary portions. They are either Amsha or they are Kala. And I'll explain you in a while what is a Amsha and what is a Kala. So Ete Chamsha Kalaha Pumsa. Pumsa means here it stands for the Krishna. Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa. He says all these are either portions, plenary portions, or the portion of the plenary portions. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, tu means but. But Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. Indrari means, Indra means Indra, Ari means enemies. And Vyakulam means the disturbances. Whenever Indra's enemies means the demons create a disturbance, that time that time the Lord will manifest himself to protect the devotees in various millenniums. So this is the very basic meaning of this verse. And from this verse, today we will discuss one word, which is Bhagwan. Bhaga means, as Prabhupada has explained, Bhaga means opulence and Vans mean possessor. Prabhupada has quoted one verse from Vishnu Puran several times while he was explaining the word Bhagwan. In Vishnu Puran 6.5.47, it is stated, Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasya shriyah jnana vairagyasya chaiva shadnama bhaga itingana. So Vishnu Puran informs us about the 6 kinds of opulences. And it is said that Aishwaryasya means it's opulence or the wealth. Viryasya, it means strength or the power. Yashasha, it means fame. Shriya means beauty. And Jnana means knowledge. Vairagya means renunciation. And Shadna means 6. And Bhaga means opulence. Iti Ingana, the division. So here Vyasdevji has divided the opulences into 6 categories. And Samagrasya means in full. So Vyasdevji says that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna has these 6 opulences in their entirety, Samagrasya, in totality. In unlimited quantity also you can say. So these 6 opulences are knowledge, wealth, beauty, power, fame, renunciation. Now when we talk about the knowledge, we know that Krishna is the source of all knowledge. When Krishna says, Aham Sarvasva Prabhu, I am the source of everything, that means Krishna is the source of all the knowledge, either material knowledge or the spiritual knowledge. Wealth means we know what is the meaning of wealth. So Krishna is the source of entire wealth. We understand from Brahma Samhita that there are unlimited number of Lakshmijis are always engaged in serving the lotus feet of Krishna. Although Krishna is not attached to any one of the Lakshmis, but the Lakshmijis, they never leave Krishna. That's the opulence of Krishna. So knowledge, wealth, beauty. Krishna is so beautiful that he defeats the beauty of millions of cupids. Even Krishna is surprised when he looks his reflection in the Yamuna river water, that how much beautiful he is. So knowledge, wealth, beauty, power, he is unlimitedly powerful. We discussed a few examples of Krishna's power yesterday. There is nothing impossible for him. He held a Govardhan mountain on this finger for 7 days without eating and sleeping when he was just a small boy. That's just a very small example of his power. And we will see we will learn more about his power as we go through our discussion in the next few minutes. And the fame of all the incarnations of Krishna, the Krishna is the only one which is most popular in this universe as well as in other universes also. We have several incarnations of Krishna. For example, Matsya is there, Bor is there, Narada is there, Vyasdevji is there. The various people around the world, they may not know about other incarnations, but I am sure that one way or other way, they would have heard the name of Krishna. So that is Krishna's fame. Knowledge, wealth, beauty, power, fame, renunciation. Krishna is the supreme renunciate. Krishna manifests innumerable universes, but still he is not attached at all. He conquered Lanka, but after conquering Lanka, he did not rule over it. Rather, he gave it to Vibhishan. Very one simple example. Apart from that, we can find so many examples where we can see that Krishna is the supreme renunciate, means he is not attached to anything. So Krishna has got all these 6 opulences in unlimited quantity. And these opulences do not reduce. Now Krishna is supplying the wealth all over the universes. But by supplying the wealth, Krishna's wealth doesn't decrease. And at the same time, when we offer anything to Krishna, Krishna's wealth does not increase also. Similarly, Krishna's beauty never fades away. And another thing, that all these 6 opulences are there in Krishna naturally. He has not been given these opulences by anybody. Apart from Krishna, any opulence to anyone has been bestowed by Krishna. But Krishna has naturally got all these opulences: knowledge, wealth, beauty, power, fame, renunciation. And these opulences remain with him as it is. We can understand with a simple example like sun. Sun has been supplying the heat and light for millions of years. But still we can't say the heat and light of sun has reduced over the years. Rather, what we hear many times, that today was the hottest day in the last 50 years, 100 years, and so and so. So sun is just one example of Krishna's opulence. Sun is just one eye of Krishna. When sun has got that much power, so imagine how much power Krishna has got. So when we say Bhagavan, what is the meaning of Bhagavan? Vyasdevji has explained in Vishnu Puran that Bhagavan means the Supreme Personality of Godhead who possesses these 6 opulences in their totality. And one more thing we should understand, that since Krishna has got all these 6 opulences, Krishna is called all attractive. Krishna attracts everyone in the world due to one or more of these opulences. In this material world, we see that we may get attracted to someone who is very rich. For example, Bill Gates is very rich. So person who likes wealth, he will get attracted to Bill Gates because he's very rich. Now someone doesn't like the richness, someone doesn't like the wealth, but he likes the beauty. So he would get attracted to the people who are beautiful. So Bill Gates is wealthy, but he's not beautiful. So people who like beauty, they will get attracted to, say, film stars. And people who like the knowledge, they would get attracted to our great saints and sages. They are not rich, they are not beautiful externally, but people will get attracted to them. So in this world, if we reflect upon this verse, what Vyasdev said in Vishnu Puran, we will understand that there will be only one of the 6 reasons by which we get attracted to one other person. And in this material world, we will find that someone is rich, but he is not very powerful. He is powerful, but not very beautiful. He is beautiful, but he is not renounced. We will not find anyone, forget this world, even in the universe and other millions of universes, where anyone possesses all these opulences in their totality. And that's why Prabhupada said, if at all we want to give any name to God, the first name is Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. All attractive means Krishna will attract each and everyone in this world due to one or other reasons. So far we discussed the meaning of Bhagwan. Who is Bhagwan? Now in this verse it is said, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Very specifically, Sutta Goswami says, Krishna is Swayam Bhagwan. So we understood the meaning of Bhagwan. Now the next thing, what is the meaning of Swayam? Swayam means that nobody made him Bhagwan. He is Bhagwan from the very beginning, before anything was in existence. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. Krishna is the source of everything. And Krishna says, I am the source of everything. That means Krishna is the source of not only these material universes or the spiritual planets. It means Krishna is the source of even all the incarnations. In the Brahm Samhita, Brahmaji says, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Brahmaji very beautifully describes who is Bhagwan. He says, Ishvara Parama Krishna, the supreme controller is Krishna. Sachidanand Vigraha, his Vigraha is full of eternity, bliss and knowledge. And then Anadir Adir Govinda. Krishna is the cause of everything, but there is no cause for him. That's the meaning of Swayam Bhagwan. Now, when we say Krishna is the source of all incarnations, what does it mean? From Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we understand that Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. And how does it happen? That from Krishna, Balaram, Lord Balaram is manifested. From Lord Balaram, Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, the Chaturvya, first Chaturvya is manifested. And after that, Narayana is manifested. And following that second Chaturvya, which is again Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, these manifestations take place in the spiritual world. Now we come to the Purusha avatars. These manifestations are in the spiritual world. Now we will talk about the Purusha avatars. So when we talk about Purusha avatars, they are manifested. Karnodkashai Purusha avatar is manifested by Sankarshana. Garbhodkashai manifested by Pradyumna. And then Shirodkashai manifested by Aniruddha. That's the root cause. And these Purusha avatars, to understand Purusha avatars, we can take an example of a tree. Like there is a tree. In the tree, there is a root. Then there is a trunk. Then the branches and the leaves. So here, when we talk about Krishna's avatars, Krishna is like a root. The three Purusha avatars, they are like a strong trunk. And Leela avatars, they are like its branches. And Shakta Vish, the empowered Jivas, they are like its leaves. And we will discuss in bit detail after a few minutes. So now let's talk about the Purusha avatars. So from Sankarshana, the Karnodkashai Vishnu, which is called Mahavishnu, is manifested in the beginning of the creation. And he lies in the ocean of water, which is called a causal ocean. Yah karnarnava jale bhajati sma yoga, Brahmaji says in Brahma Samhita. So this causal water is lying between the material universes and the spiritual world. Between the spiritual world and the material universes, there is a water where Mahavishnu will lie down on the Ananta Shesha. Mahavishnu is like a federal government. And what Mahavishnu will do, Mahavishnu will create a country. Create a country means just Mahavishnu will provide the boundaries of the country. Okay, this is the boundary of the country, and he will provide the elements for further creations within the country. So for creating anything within a country, what we need? We need various things. We need Panch Mahabhut, we need the material energy. We need the time factor also. We need the modes of material nature. So these are the simple examples. In case of Mahavishnu, what he will do, as he lies down in the causal ocean, he will breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So when he breathes out, from each breath, innumerable universes are manifested. You can say innumerable countries, boundaries of the countries are manifested. It's like a bubbles, right? You see when the children, they play from the soap, they create so many bubbles. So the bubbles are created, but within bubble, there is nothing. It's empty. It's an empty shell. So Mahavishnu, within that empty shell, will inject the souls, the jivas. But at the moment, they don't have the bodies. Mahavishnu will inject the souls into those various universes. Mahavishnu will inject Mahatattva, which is the material energy, along with the time factor and the three modes of material nature. And at the time of dissolution, he would inhale, and all these innumerable universes go and take the shelter in Mahavishnu's body. So this is the role of Mahavishnu in the beginning of the creation. This is called the first creation, right? Sarga. Mahavishnu is the super soul for innumerable universes. Only one super soul for innumerable universes. Right? And one thing we should remember, when I said Mahavishnu will inject the jivas, Mahatattva, time factor, etc., into the millions of universes, how does he does it? Effortlessly, without any effort. He would simply glance over the material energy, and it will get impregnated. This is about Mahavishnu. Right? Now, Mahavishnu has created the boundaries of a country and given the necessary elements to create various things in a country. So still the creation is not complete. So then Mahavishnu will manifest Garbhodkashai Vishnu. So Garbhodkashai Vishnu is like a state government. Mahavishnu, federal government, and Garbhodkashai Vishnu, state government. And Garbhodkashai Vishnu will enter in each and every universe. He will enter into each and universe, and he will start a secondary creation. He will start further creation. Before he start the creation, he will fill the universe with the water coming out from his body. So half of the universe is filled with water. On that water, he would lie down again on the Ananta Shesha. And when he lies down, from his navel, he would manifest the lotus flower. And then he would manifest Brahmaji. And he would impart necessary knowledge and intelligence to Brahmaji for further creation. Now see, what Mahavishnu did, Mahavishnu, he created the total material energy within the universe. Now, within the universe, there are various planets. So that energy has to be distributed to various planets. Like in a country, whatever resources are there, those resources are distributed to various states and cities. So similarly, Mahavishnu has provided a total quantity of the resources. Now the allocation, who will do the allocation? Allocation is done by Brahmaji under the supervision of Garbhodkashayi Vishnu. But before he does the allocation, what he will do? He will do some work on the resources what Krishna has provided to him. Krishna has provided earth, water, air, fire, and ether. So, but earth cannot be used as it is for the creation. Brahmaji will transform that earth into the mountains, into the soils, into the clays, and etc. Similarly, water will be transformed into the oceans, rivers, and the fluids what we have in our body. Similarly, Brahmaji will transform the air element into the breathing and the wind. He will transform the fire element into our fire of digestion, heat, various kinds of stars. And ether, with the ether, he will create a space for various planetary, for the movement of various planets. So he received the elements from Krishna. He transformed those elements into the necessary forms by which further creation can take place. So now with these elements, the intelligence given by Garbhodkashayi Vishnu, he would start creation. And now the jivas, the souls, will start getting the bodies. Mahavishnu has manifested only the jivas. Bodies are not there. Brahmaji will assign the bodies to each and every jiva. Brahmaji will create 14 planetary systems. Brahmaji will manifest various plants, animals, human beings, oceans, etc. He will create the bodies as I mentioned to you, and he will populate all the 14 planetary systems according to the karmas of various living entities. Right? So this is the role of Garbhodkashayi Vishnu. So Garbhodkashayi Vishnu receives the gross elements as it is in the raw form, raw material, and converts them into the various elements which are required to create various things in each and every planet. And Brahmaji, he lies down into the Garbhodka ocean, and Garbhodka ocean is there in each and every universe. So Mahavishnu is one for all universes. Now Garbhodkashayi Vishnu is for one per universe. Mahavishnu is the super soul for innumerable universes. Innumerable universes, but one super soul. Here, Garbhodkashayi Vishnu, each universe, one super soul, which is Garbhodkashayi Vishnu. Now we come to Kshirodkashayi Vishnu. That's also very interesting. So, Sankarsana manifested Mahavishnu, Mahavishnu manifested Garbhodkashayi Vishnu. Right? Mahavishnu manifested Jiva souls. Bodies were given by Brahmaji under the direction of Garbhodkashayi Vishnu. Now the living entities are ready. Right? And they start functioning. So now the real show starts, because we need somebody to run the show. Mahavishnu is federal government, Garbhodkashayi Vishnu is a state government, and Kshirodkashayi Vishnu is like a local authorities. Right? And Kshirodkashayi Vishnu, he would reside in each and every living entity, not only the human beings, even other jivas also. So that's why the Kshirodkashai Vishnu expands into innumerable forms, because there are innumerable entities. And within each entity's heart, he resides. In case of Mahavishnu, innumerable universes, only one soul, which is Mahavishnu. For each universe, Garbhodkashai Vishnu is there, right? But only one Garbhodkashai Vishnu for each universe. Now within universe, there are several planets, each planet innumerable entities. So Kshirodkashai Vishnu expands himself into all those, manifest himself into all those innumerable entities, a heart cell. But still, the Kshirodkashai Vishnu has got his own place of residence, which is called Shweta Dvipa. In Brahma Samhita, in the concluding verse, we say, no, Bhaje Shweta Dvipam, Go Lokahamiti. Yeah. So he resides in his own planet or place of residence, which is called Shweta Dvipa. Now, what is the role of Kshirodkashai Vishnu? He is like the supreme CEO of this universe. He will provide further intelligence to Brahma to assign various roles to various demigods. He will approve various duties, what should be performed by various demigods. He will empower various demigods for the powers they need to run the planet. And while he resides in each and every living entity's heart, he would keep guiding each and every living entity. Like we say the lighthouse. Lighthouse, the role is to guide the ship. Right? When the ship is sailing in the ocean, and particularly during the time of storms. So Lord is sitting as Kshirodkashai Vishnu in our heart, witnessing our activities, guiding us at each and every moment, and at the same time, Kshirodkashai Vishnu will coordinate with various demigods, including Yamraj, to award the results of our actions. He doesn't create karma, right? Karmas, we create the karma. But he, as a CEO of the universe, his role is to ensure that there is a proper law and order system is there in each planet. And another very important thing, what Kshirodkashai Vishnu does, that he would hear the prayers of the devotees and the demigods. In the Bhagavatam, when we hear that the devotees were in danger or the demigods wanted some help from Lord and they approach the Lord, so where do they go? They approach Kshirodkashai Vishnu, who is sitting in Shweta Deepa. They cannot see him, right? But the Lord can hear the prayers. This Kshirodkashai Vishnu will take the decisions regarding various types of incarnations. Kshirodkashai Vishnu responds to various types of disruptions, which happens in various planets. For example, Ravana created the disturbance, right? Kansa created a disturbance. Hiranyakashipu created the disturbance. Disturbance means what? By stopping the sacrifices, killing the cows, brahmanas and all. So he created the disturbance. So that time Kshirodkashai Vishnu will decide now what should be done next. And from there, the other avatars will be manifested. Right? So, and Kshirodkashai Vishnu interacts with the devotees when they pray to him. So Kshirodkashai Vishnu is like a fire department chief. Right? So he will wait for the distress signal. Distress signal means prayers. Okay, the demigods, devotees, they send the signal in the form of prayers. And then he would dispatch his help either by appearing himself directly or through his avatars. So this is the role of Kshirodkashai Vishnu in this creation. So I mentioned 3 Purush avatars, which together form a very strong trunk of the tree to run various or visual universes. And one thing we should remember that Kshirodkashai Vishnu is he is like, as I said, CEO, or you can say even the Prime Minister, who will oversee. His role is to ensure the welfare of all the living entities. And the demigods, they're like the government ministers, right? And they have been assigned specific duties, like the sun god, and the Varun Devta and all. And apart from that, like in a country or city, the citizens, they will make petitions to the government. So here the devotees, the demigods, they make the petitions. And then like in the government affairs, we see the emergency response. Like when there is a dangerous situation, immediate emergency is announced, right? So in case of Krishna, emergency response means it's a descent of or manifestation of his avatars. So if we reflect upon these 3 avatars of Krishna, what they do? Like Mahavishnu, he manifested, he simply created the bubbles and injected those bubbles with a few things. That's all. Effortlessly he did it, just within one breath. Then he created Garbhodkashai Vishnu. Garbhodkashai Vishnu manifested Brahmaji and gave the intelligence to Brahmaji. Okay, do these things, right? So Brahmaji will do all these things under the supervision of Garbhodkashai Vishnu. And then Kshirodkashai Vishnu. Yeah, Kshirodkashai Vishnu, the role is very difficult, right? Because he is there in each and every entity's heart, witnessing their acts, awarding the results of actions and reactions, ensuring law and order is maintained, hearing the prayers of devotees and all. So in a nutshell, this is the brief description of the 3 Purusha avatars. So now we talked about the root, which is Krishna, then the stem. Now, what else is there in the tree? In the tree, there are branches and there are leaves. So what are the branches on this divine tree? As per the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, these branches are various avatars, like Ram, Nrsimha, Vara and all. In a tree, there are various types of branches. Some branches are meant to hold the fruits. Some branches are there meant to hold the flowers. Some branches are meant to hold both fruits and flowers. And some branches just manifest the leaves. So similarly, this from Garbhodkashai Vishnu and Kshirodkashai Vishnu, various branches are manifested in forms of various avatars, which are like Lord Rama, Lord Nrsimha Dev, Varadev. They manifest for specific missions. Like Lord Nrsimha Dev manifested himself to protect Prahlad Maharaj and kill Hiranyakashipu. Then his role is done. Lord Varadev appeared to lift the earth. Lifted the earth, his role is over. And the next is the leaves. So in this transcendental tree of the manifestation, there are leaves. And what are those leaves? Those leaves are empowered. It is called Shakti Avesh. Empowered living entities. which are like Vyasadeva, Narad Muni, Buddha, Kapila, and all. They've been empowered with a certain powers, and they are like our messengers, teachers, and people who bring the reform in the society. And examples are Vyasadeva is a Shakti Avesh Avatar. He was empowered with knowledge. Prithvi Maharaj, he was empowered on how to rule the country. Narad Muni, he was empowered with bhakti. Buddha, he was empowered with a compassion for the living entities. And Kapila, he was empowered with a lot of philosophy. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shaunak Rishi wanted to know about Krishna, why Krishna descends himself. The second, Shaunak Rishi wanted to know about various types of Purush avatars, and third, he wanted to know various types of Leela avatars. So in the previous sessions, I gave you just a gist of those three things. But in today's session, I tried briefly, to explain you with my limited intelligence, very briefly, how Krishna is the root as per the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, based on what various saints and sages were said. And from the root, how the three Purush avatars are manifested. And following that, how the various types of branches and leaves are manifested from Shirotkashai Vishnu. And in conclusion, just one thing I would like to mention, that in the material world, the people, they recognize Vishnu, right, on various occasions. And it's absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But one thing we don't remember, that there is a root of the tree, right? And the root is not seen. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Matta parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre mani gana iva. Krishna says that Matta parataram nanyat, there is no truth superior. There is no superior truth beyond me. And Krishna says, but people don't recognize it. How? He says, take an example of the necklace. So necklace, there are pearls. So people, they see the pearls only, but they forget that there's a thread which runs through all those pearls. So similarly, many times people mistakenly they say that Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu. The scriptures do not say this thing at all, right? There is no scriptural evidence for this particular thing, right? Krishna is the root of everything, including the three Purusha avatars and all other avatars. And another one thing we should remember, the difference between the worship of Krishna and the worship of Lord Vishnu. Both are very beneficial for all the living entities. Both can give us the liberation. Both can free us from the miseries. In both the cases, we worship the Lord. But to understand the difference between Krishna and Vishnu, we should take the example of a policeman at home and policeman at duty. So similarly, Krishna is a policeman at home, and the same Krishna manifest as Vishnu, and that's like a policeman at work. When the policeman is at work on his duty, no one can establish any relationship while he is working. The only one thing he will do, either to give the orders or take the orders. Just a servant-master relationship. But the same policeman, when he goes to home, in the home, he will have someone as his father, someone as his mother, someone as his wife, someone as his son, someone as his friend. And he will enjoy those relationships with all those people, and those people can also enjoy various relationships with the policeman when he is at home. But the same people cannot enjoy any relationship with the policeman when he is at work. Even the own family members have to give the respect when the policeman is at work, isn't it? So that's why when it comes to Krishna, we see that Krishna is worshipped as a Gopalji in many houses, right? People see Krishna as their son. Many people, they serve Krishna as their master, right? Hanumanji served Krishna as a master. Many people, they serve Krishna as a friend, like Arjuna. Many people, they serve Krishna as their lovers, like various gopis they did. Many people, they serve Krishna as the husband, like various beings of Krishna. Right? So Krishna is the God who is at home and exchanging sweet relationship with various devotees according to their moods. And the same God, when he's at work means at duty. And you would have seen what Mahavishnu is doing, what Garbhodkashai Vishnu is doing, what Shirodkashai Vishnu is doing. They are all busy at work, right? So there is no time for any kind of relationship. You won't see that Vishnu is being worshipped as a Gopalji, or anybody is approaching Vishnu to get married to the Vishnu, right? In the eternal abode, it is there. But in the material world, Vishnu is worshipped, but the particular mood of worship is the servitor mood. Right? Other moods are not there. So this one more thing we should remember when we talk about Krishna and the Vishnu. Right? So with these words, I would like to conclude today's session. And my apologies, I continued 20 minutes beyond the scheduled time, but I was passionate to give an overview of the various kinds of incarnation and share with you a few things so that the continuity is not lost. So, but thank you so much for your time and attention. And before we conclude the session, any devotee has got any questions or comments, they are welcome.
Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Prabhu.
Yeah. No, I was saying the content discussed today was it'll take a lot of time for people like me also to absorb, and the whole break was really interesting the way you did each breaks for it. And one interesting thing I liked was how Krishna has all the 6 opulences, and we all see him differently maybe, and that's why we think of him differently, because some may get attracted to his beauty, some for his power, so and so forth. I think that was very nice.
Yes, Prabhu, today it was a bit complicated, but it is important to understand, because throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam, repeatedly you will hear these names. You will hear Mahavishnu, Karnadkashai Vishnu, Garbhodkashai Vishnu, Shirodkashai Vishnu. You will hear about Paramatma. You will hear about Jiva. You will hear about Mahatattva, right? You will hear about various types of planets, right? So today I gave you an overview so that at least the devotees would get the gist. And if any devotee has got any questions or comments, or they want to have a discussion at length, I'm happy to have one-to-one talk with them and clarify any doubts based on what I have read in the books. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think today you have given us a lot of homework which should be compulsorily done. Because
Yes,
if we don't do our homework, we will fail ourselves. So
yes.
today there is a lot of homework and a lot of things to ponder upon.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. And I did not bring the verses into the picture, because it would have been more complicated. But I have the list of the verses. Any devotee wants to have the list of the verses for referring the things what I mentioned, I'm happy to share those verses. Thank you so much, all the devotees, for your time, and my apologies again for extending up to 9:15. But thank you so much, and Krishna willing, we will meet again next week on Tuesday. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyevacha patitanam